Welcome to AFCRDTV. I'm here after a second win on the trot for the Diamonds at home to Bedworth United, and a delighted man of the match, no doubt, Tom Lorraine. Tom, that's 79 goals now.
Yeah, getting on, isn't it? But yeah, really pleased with that win. We knew it was going to be a difficult game going in. I know their league position says that they're sort of struggling a little bit, but from the reports we've had, they work really hard. You know, teams in this league always do, but we knew we had to be, you know, we weren't quite at our best, but we knew we had to play really well to beat them. Nobody's a pushover, and you know, I think we did enough in the end.
Very physical team. I think they've got one of the poorer disciplinary records, should we say that, and it showed in that first half, didn't it? Yeah, there was a few heavy tackles, should we say, but we can give as good as we receive. You know, we can play football when we have to, and we can battle when we have to, and we knew it was going to be one of them games. I think we gave as good as we got. You know, at times we played to their strengths, perhaps. Let them play the game they wanted to rather than the game we wanted to. But I think in the second half we managed to change things around and we looked a lot better. I think we're on the front foot for pretty much 45. Yeah, I was about to say that. When you think about the teams we played well against, the ones who play football, like your Hitchens, your Colvilles, your Needham Markets, and then we come against these, we almost seem to duplicate what they're going to do, replicate what they're going to do. Yeah,
everybody's got their own way of playing, haven't they? And you know, good teams, regardless of what their sort of tactic is, they'll play you, they'll drag you into playing how they want to play, and that's a good team. And you know, these weren't as bad as perhaps their league position shows. We didn't assert ourselves perhaps in the way that we wanted to. We got a goal, good header from Jack, and you know, I thought at that point there we could have pushed on, but we let them back into the game with a goal a little bit too easy perhaps, and in off the far post, and we knew we had a game at half time. You know, that's what we were saying. We knew if we played to our strengths and somewhere near our best, then we'd come out with a win. And I think in the second half we sort of pushed on and did what we needed to do. Yeah,
and I think the substitutions helped with Deck coming on, and you know what you get from Deck. I said immediately the delivery is going to improve, and it did, didn't it, for your header? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's got a fantastic delivery, to be fair, but he's got that creativity, that something different that perhaps so we haven't got in other players, but he's got it in abundance. And when he comes on, he sees things that a lot of players, you know, don't see. And you saw that with the pass for the foul on Zach for the penalty as well. So he did make a big difference. Like you say, the ball's in every corner's right on the spot, and there to attack. And that's what you want as an attacker or someone that's coming forward for a corner. It doesn't matter too much where it goes, as long as it's put in that area where you can attack it, and he sticks it there every time. I haven't looked at Twitter yet, but I bet it says "leapt like a salmon."
Yeah, it was, I was climbing all over the defender, to be fair, but like I say, if it's put in the right area, we've got some big lads like myself and Bully, the two Jacks. You know, we'll do well at set pieces. We've been saying for weeks that set pieces are really important, both for and against. You know, we defend them well, and we attack balls when we've got corners for us. We'll do well in most games. You know, we've learned that in this league, set pieces are huge. Like I say, both for and against. And today we were good at them. We have been a little bit sloppy for a couple perhaps over the last few weeks, but today we took the most of it, made the most of it.
And what was your view of the penalty?
I thought it was 50-50. I think he might have got a touch on the ball, but he's also played Zach as well, to be fair. Played him to the floor. The ball's travelled in the direction Zach's moving in, which I think has made the ref's decision. He probably did get a toe on the ball, but like I say, he's taken the player as well. So you get some, you don't get others. You know, we've had plenty in the past that we haven't got, so I'm not going to complain about getting that one at all.
So 2 wins on the trot. After Witten last week, we were all a bit down, weren't we? And 6 points was what we hoped for. We got now 5 out of the next 6 games away. It's going to be a difficult week. Banbury on Tuesday, and then a trip to Lowestoft.
Yeah, we said after the Witten game actually that one of our strengths, to be fair, is we bounce back from defeats. We always have, and we said that if we can get, you know, 2 wins this week, take us on into the period of away games, like you say, it sets us up well. You know, anything less than 6 points in these 2 games would have been disappointed, but we've got that. You like to say, off the back of a disappointing result, but we have to move on. And the league's the bread and butter. We get the wins in the league. The cups are a bonus, but you know, you have to move on. Like you say, we've got a tough run now. Banbury will be difficult. They're a difficult team to play against. But you know, we'll be ready for whoever we come up against. We've got to play everybody. We've got to play everybody twice, home and away. You have a few aways in a row. You get a few homes in a row later on in the season. So,
oh mate, let you go. Well done.
Cheers, guys.
So again on AFCRDTV, our final scoreline: AFC Rushden Diamonds 3, Bedworth United 1, and thanks Tom and John, and I'm now with the manager, Andy Peaks. Andy, what do you feel was the key to winning that game today for Diamonds?
I think it's about grinding it out and managing it a bit better, to be honest, as in on the pitch. It wasn't a classic by any stretch of imagination. Obviously they're struggling, fighting for their lives if you like, and it was never going to be a classic. Made it hard for ourselves after getting a goal up. To concede straight away gave them a lift. But you know, we come here today wanting 3 points, and we've done that, so I've got to be pleased.
Professional job, especially in the second half.
Absolutely, yeah. I thought we were better second half, and like you said, professional job. You can't, we've played some good football at times in the last few home games, and you can't do that every week. Today we haven't played loads of good football. We scored 3 goals, so I would take that, and we move on.
Now in the first half, the game finally got going when Jack Bowen got the ball to trickle into the net in the 24th minute. Good goal for JB.
Yeah, it's a good header, wasn't it? I thought he competed well with the goalkeeper. Great header. I don't think there was any complaints from them about a foul. So, you know, for a poor first 25 minutes, it was nice to go in front.
Had to be disappointing, though, for Bedworth to get an equaliser only 3 minutes later.
Yeah, I was frustrated, to be honest, Bruce, because I told them I got a long throw and we didn't deal with it. So, yeah, that was a massive whammy, and then it put them, you know, they were, when you're down the bottom and you're looking for a little bit of a lifeline, you go a goal down, it's tough for them. To give them a goal straight away, give them a massive incentive to go on and get something out of it. So I was very disappointed, and at half-time I felt we could up it all over the field by quite a high percentage.
Now the referee was a busy boy in the first half. We had, I think, like 6 bookings, 4 for Bedworth, 2 for Diamonds.
Yeah, he booked a lot of players for not a lot of things that were particularly wrong, I don't think. But as I said at half-time, he's not having a great game, but then nor are a lot of our players. So we're not going to use that as an excuse. It was about us doing it. We can't rely on the referee, and that was how we went about our business second half.
I think 2 or 3 of the bookings for yellow cards were dissent. You don't usually see that much of dissent calls in the game.
No, I think players from both sides were getting frustrated with some of the decisions, as were the benches, and I'm sure the supporters were as well. So that's football. We can't influence his decisions. We just got to get on with it and make sure, you know, it don't subtract, you know, attention from the game, and it didn't do that.
Now you changed up the shape a little bit in the second half. You brought on Declan Rogers. That seemed to inspire the team. And then, sure enough, Tom Lorraine, Shank scores a nice header off a corner kick. Yeah,
Deck was away, wasn't he? So he came out the team. It was a game today where we needed a bit of creativity, and you just think with Deck he's likely to do that. And he came on. I thought he was good when he came on, to be honest. And Hicks has been fantastic the last little few weeks. For me, it was one for him to come off, and it worked. So yeah, Deck's put a great ball in for Shanks to score a fantastic header.
And then, as we like to say, to put the game to bed, it was a clear penalty call on Bedworth. In the 85th minute, Ben Farrell was up to the task, putting the ball in on the penalty kick.
Yeah, again, I thought it was a good ball from Deck, I think, when it put Zach Reynolds through, was it? And it was a definite penalty for me. Right. And, yeah, fair play to Ben. He stepped up and scored, and it's nice to get the 3rd goal, because at 2-1 they had a free kick and Ben Heath made a good save. It's fine margins, I know that, and say today we've come out the right side of it, and I'm delighted.
Now, from a fan standpoint like myself, going into today's match, I was thinking, hey, it's an automatic 3 points playing a last-place team, but as the manager, you have to take a different viewpoint, don't you?
I knew that. I'm always wary of teams that are not doing great, because whatever level of football, I said that to the boys, whatever level of football, teams at the bottom, they win games in the Premiership, they beat someone eventually, and I was conscious it weren't us. But it's hard for them because they get out here and their mentality thinks they're going to win, and it doesn't happen like that. But at the end of the day, you look at the score at the end of the game, and tomorrow in the paper it's about us getting 3 points and winning. And so I'm not so much, it's up to them when they win their first game, but it wasn't against us today, and that was really important. We'd had a great win in the week, and it's important we didn't let ourselves down by dropping any points today, and we haven't, and we move on.
And you move on to a road match, a quick turnaround Tuesday night at Banbury.
Yeah, we've got a few trips away now, so it's important we picked up some points this week. Delighted to get 6. It sets us in a great position to go on some travel, starting at Banbury Tuesday night, which will be a tough game, and then next Saturday to lower stuff as well, so yeah.
And the all-important question, Andy, will you have a chance tomorrow to watch England-Croatia on telly?
I'm hoping to tomorrow, Bruce, yeah, absolutely.
Your lads did a good job on my guys Thursday night, defeating the USA 3-0, and I think England looks very encouraging. A lot of young players doing the job.
Yeah, I didn't get to see a lot of that because I was at training, observing that while Hammy and Chaps took the session. But yeah, no, I watched a little bit of the highlights, and they look some bright young kids, so that's something to look forward to.
So good luck against Croatia and also against Banbury.
Thanks ever so much. Cheers, Bruce.
Cheers.
I don't need love.